Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and today I'm going to work on some of these wood numbers. And I got these at the dollar store at the Dollar Tree. So they're just thin, really thin wood numbers. And I have something else we'll work on too, but I just wanted to paint these real quick because somebody expressed some interest in seeing what I did with them. I don't know that it's going to be anything, you know, great or exciting, but I just have some paints here, and I'm using my fabric paints from ARTEZA just because that's what I have colors in that I need. So, but you can just use regular acrylic paint, but just if you have these and you want to use them, I'm using forest green, burnt sienna, orange red, and espresso brown. So those are the colors that I have here, and then here I have gouache paint from ARTEZA, and I'm using the pearl orange, which is that one, pearl or just bronze, which is that one, and then the pearl noir, which is like a gray color, as you can see. Alright, so that's what I'm using, but use what you have because you don't have to use this specific kind or whatever. I just want to get them painted, and I kind of wanted them to look a little bit like metal or something, so I don't know if that'll turn out that way. I kind of am liking even just this with the wood grain coming through is kind of cool too. This is always interesting. I need like a, let's see, you can use a pointy tool, but I'm just going to use this to just kind of hold them down while I'm painting. I'm going to just mix colors. However, hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you had a good weekend. Some people are still kind of on a weekend. Everybody's off in my household, so that's kind of nice to have everybody around. My daughter's out at breakfast with her friends. Alright, and then I'm just going to take some of this more of a metallic, the gouache in the bronze. And it's really kind of more of a wash that I'm putting on them, I guess you would say. Because I thinned it down with water. Kind of like a stain would be. I'm turning my brush on the side. This is just a flat brush. And kind of rubbing it across just to get, you know, like a little texture or something in it, and I might come back to that, but for now that one's good. Could even put a little, just going to put a tiny bit of green. You know how sometimes metal like rusts a little bit or whatever. I'm into the rusty metal because of that digi that I did. It's a fun one. Bless you. The token sneeze from Theron. I don't know what my husband's doing. Okay, I have no idea how these are going to come out because I haven't tried it, so but we'll see. When they're dry, we'll know. It's working pretty good to use it like a stain because then it kind of goes down over the sides a bit. And later they could be inked more. What orange on this one? So yeah, we didn't do, I mean, we did go to my, sister got me for my birthday tickets to a show called Hello Dolly, which I'm sure y'all know what Hello Dolly is. But anyway, it was in a little town in our area, and it's kind of like a local production type thing of it. And they did a great job. It was great. The only thing that was kind of crazy about it was like their closing night, and so they did a lot of extra things. And like the star of it, she got married that day, and both her and her husband were in the production. And so yeah, it was a little bit long, but it was really nice. They did an excellent job. It was very cute, very well done. It's a cute area up there. The gouache is really great for this kind of thing if you want stuff to look, you know, like metal or something, because it has the shine to it. Take that down a little bit. There we go. I like that. I'm going to actually do this one with even more of the metallic. But yeah, the lady that played Dolly, she just did a great job. She can sing like nobody's business. Wow. It'd be nice to be able to sing like that. But for a local type production, it was very well done. Both my husband and I thought they did an excellent job. I mean, not that they don't do good. I'm just saying, you know, it's not like they're professionals or whatever. They had quite a few college students too that they used, which I thought was awesome. It's a good opportunity for them. This is almost entirely gouache, and you can see that that's cool. Let's put a little bit more of this one. Okay, I'm liking the way that's coming out. Alright, so I'm going to let these dry, and then we will revisit and see, you know, how they came out, kind of thing. But that is good for now. So yeah, that's just what I'm going to do with them. I might even just ink some of them, just regular ink with the Distress ink. So yeah, I'm going to set this aside. Try not to let my cat lay on it. He's laying right now on my other ARTEZA mat, my old one, because he knocked it over and turned it into his own little bed. Had it up on a shelf, and he decided that he wanted to sleep on it. I'm just putting those paints back in their box. Okay, and then this next idea I got from Eva at Bohemian Crafting. This is not my idea at all, and this is a cool idea. She does amazing work. If you don't watch her channel at all, and I don't always get to, but you know, every once in a while I try to get over there and see what she's up to, because she just does really super cool stuff. But anyway, this is her idea. So I will put a link to her channel in the description box. And then, you know, you can watch the original on exactly how she did everything. But essentially, this was a envelope that you get in the mail, and you want to cut it down so that both of these sides are about the same, you know, because you're wanting it to look like it's its own little envelope. And then we're going to take this, and this is how I got both sides the same on that too, and just bring it over, which I'm sure you've seen lots of people do this too. And we're going to cut that edge so that our edges are the same. And I think she did a few things different than I did, and that's why I'll have you watch her, because you might want to do it the way she did it. But you can see that there's this portion of the envelope right here. Well, I don't have it on this side, so I'm just going to cut it off. I think Eva made it look like there was one on the other side, but you know, when you watch videos, sometimes you can't totally remember exactly how they did something, so I'm just cutting them off, and that's what I did on this one as well. And then the genius part that she did is in the little portion that she cut off and cut the tabs the same and all that. I cut that piece off right there. She took a piece of paper and put it inside like this and glued it in. I can get it back in there right now. And then you have a pocket back here and another pocket here instead of just having one pocket. So I thought that was genius. So I just took a 3x5 card and cut it to the size that I needed, and then rounded the corners. And you don't want it to go all the way up to the fold, because otherwise you know, you won't really be able to get into that back pocket. So you want it to come down a bit, so you have a pocket here and a pocket here, and I may even do a thumb hole in both of those if I remember. And then, you know, you can decorate these like we always decorate, with collaging or napkin decoupage, or, you know, whatever. So I'm going to save this one for now, but that's just kind of how I did the flap, and I just wanted you guys to see that. And you could also obviously coffee dye these, I just didn't get around to that. So I'm just going to ink around the edges because I'm going to cover it with paper anyway, so I'm not that worried about whether it's coffee dyed or not. I'm going to cover all of that up. So yeah, if you did anything fun and exciting, and let me know what you did for the holiday weekend. Kind of just hung out here yesterday. I'm working on a couple more digis, so I didn't do a whole lot of anything else. So just looking for images. Man, it is so hard because I'm trying to do kind of, you know, a Halloween type thing. And the images for Halloween that are, you know, public domain are very hard to find. I mean, there's lots of images out there, but you can't use them, you know. So anyhow, that's kind of what I spent most of my time yesterday doing, is trying to find stuff for that. Okay, so I got that good and inked, I think. Oh, we need to ink this too. Duh. So yeah, this was a great idea that she came up with. Okay. And then we're going to just use, oh, I've been working on my next journal, and I have the 3 signatures are all papered and ready to go. So this is kind of what it's looking like. Okay, and then I also did a little bit of ephemera. I just did one of these little pockets, and this comes with my Torn Paper and Fern digital download, and so does the mushroom there. And just backed it, so there's a little tiny pocket. And then this is a journaling card. The background here is from Artymaze. I just added the mushroom and another piece of her. It was a piece of this that's in that same digi of hers, and I'll put the names of all of them in the description box below. This comes out of my Torn Paper and Ferns, and this one is from my Rust and Numbers. And then this is from Artymaze, and I believe this is called Nature Walk is what, and I got both the kit and the add-on. And then that number is from my Rust and Numbers. This is a piece of my Regal paper and just a piece of lace. And this is also hers. This is from my Fall is in the Air digi. Just a piece of that, you know, paper that I punched holes in like this. And one of Artymaze's stamps, and this is actually from ephemera from her tickets, just the number. I just thought that was kind of fun. I love that little squirrel. And then I put my Rust and Numbers on the back. So I just got a few little things done, just playing around. So that's kind of where we're going with this. And this will get glued down this way probably. And then when this is in here, it won't seem so strange the way the envelope is once it's all glued down. And you could come straight across if you wanted to with paper, or not round the edges like I did. So it's just a personal choice. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use some of this with these little bug guys on it. And maybe some of my Regal. Got a scrap right there. This is my torn paper and ferns digi, and then this is my Regal. So let's see, I think I might just use this strip right there. I kind of like that end. I don't know, that one I might save. I kind of want a straighter bit. I like that color though. But let's see. Can get it a little straighter. Or not. Let's use this piece. Come down to there. I think I'm going to end up losing all the green, but that's okay. We'll put another piece on. It's not like a huge deal. All fumbly getting started here. So yeah, we're just going to do some collaging, but I loved this pocket idea and I wanted to share it with you guys if you haven't already seen it, which you may have. She does some incredible work for sure. Do some bugs. I kind of want that blue fly right there. The flies, that just reminded me at this time of the year. Do they seem like they're more insane in the fall, or is it just me? Because I mean, I hate flies anyways, but in the fall, it's like they lose their marbles entirely and become far more annoying than they normally are. Use a piece of music paper, I think. This is, do I want to go this way? Bless you. No, I don't want that. These are just paper scraps that I have. This is like an old letter, and I know Rachel at Roxy Creations has old letters. I'm not sure where I got this one. Old script, you know. Probably New York Public Library is what I'm thinking, but not positive about that. Just any old script type thing that you can find, old letters, whatever, will work. Here, like that, and then a piece of this maybe. Piece probably isn't big enough, of course. That one's not big enough either, because that's the part I want. So let me get some of this will work. And again, those are in my Regal digital. Put that right there. I love fall colors. It's just so my favorite. I mean, even in like decor and stuff, those are colors I love. down just a little. I cut out some, or didn't cut out, but I printed out some woodland type animals and stuff. I'm actually going to come over further. So we'll use some of those at some point. Maybe this I could use up here. It'll probably work on the, because I just need a little bit on the top of that card. I kind of want some of the green. Yeah, we didn't go out and ride our quad or anything. Kind of surprised. My husband's been working on some, he does cryptocurrency stuff, and he's been having fun with that lately. And if you don't know, that's like Bitcoin, that type of thing, and I don't know a lot about it, so I really can't explain it to you, but that's kind of been his hobby lately. Both him and my son are into that. Now I've got paper stuck on my finger because it had glue on it. So that can go in there as our little divider, and I think I am going to go ahead and do a like a thumb notch thing on it. Just a little one, just so we know that there's another pocket back there. So thanks so much to Eva for this great idea, sharing it with all of us. I think it's great. Because a lot of times you cut those, you know, cut the envelopes down and you're like, what do I do with the rest of it now? So this is a great thing to do. Okay, and then I'm going to put, I need something to go in that whole part there. So let's see, what do we want? No, it doesn't really go. The green might be kind of cool back there. Let's do that. And this is in my torn paper and ferns. I'm just going to go part way down. I just want to make sure that you see it far enough down there. Okay, what's the deal here? And I might try to tear this. Sometimes it works great, other times not so much. But you can just cut it, so you don't have to do it this way. See, because sometimes it doesn't want to rip next to the ruler and it goes in some other direction. Got it that time. It's a little too wide. No, it's not lined up just right, but that'll work. It's okay if you see a little bit of the inked edge, you know, because you're going to anyway. I need to put, just cut my glue. I hate it when I do that. So yeah, I don't have really any exciting stories to tell. That was just a fun little trip up there on Saturday to this little town near us. But yeah, I felt so bad for the people that have that little theater, because it's a family-owned thing, obviously, and the dad just passed away, like, I don't know, almost 2 weeks ago. And then the daughter just got married on Saturday. So that was just sad that, you know, like, he didn't get to see her get married, and she didn't get to have him there. So it was a lot going on there that day, and so that made it kind of a long show. But I mean, they did a great job. I kind of want to use maybe some of the rusty. Oh, this piece is good up here. But yeah, so a happy, sad situation is what it was. I might go part way down the back of it as well, just because, oh, am I going to get into the picture? No. Sometimes it makes that edge flip out, you know, if you have it right where the fold is. So I'm going to go a little further down the back of the envelope, if that makes sense. I think these are great colors. It's going to be in here. Pretty good. They're already doing homecoming at our school next weekend. So our band's supposed to be all ready to go and play, and I don't know that we are. I mean, we'll play, of course, but they're not going to have the whole show done. I think they're just going to have the first part and the ballad ready to go. I just use this Distress Refresher on my Distress ink. It just helps kind of like re-wet the whole pad again, but then see, it leaves, like, it comes off the sides, and I even wiped it and it's still it comes off the lid too, so I end up getting ink everywhere. I mean, it's a good thing because it helps those not be dry. But okay, so what we do, and this is going to be very tricky for me, I'm just going to glue down this side, put it in, and then we'll see how we go. And I'm not going to worry about putting it along the bottom because, I mean, it's down inside of there, nothing's going to like slip under it anyway. So I'm just going to get this edge right here, I think is all it really needs, and then I'll do the other side once I get it in there the way I want it. Less glue on the edges, the better, because I already... And I'm going to kind of use that little trick I was talking about. I don't know how well it's going to work, but because it's really tight in there. But where I kind of run it along this back part instead of the part where the glue is, if that makes any sense. Let's see. Let's Seems like it's a little bit crooked. I'm not wanting to go in all the way, so that means I'm going to have to trim it on the edge. I don't know why it's not. Yeah, and it's already down. That's the thing with that art glitter glue. I love that tip, but man, once it's down, it's down. So I'm just going to trim this. It's not going to make a big difference to any tag that goes in there. And it doesn't look weird from the top, so sometimes you just got to go with it however it wants to be in there. And I want to not have it stick to, I just want it to stick on the edge over here. Okay, good, I think. This one will stick here too. So go on the top part of this little card and the back part. Just run something in there so that you can make sure you're not stuck where it's not supposed to be stuck. Okay. And then we'll run, you can see there's 3 layers, so I'm going to run a bead along this edge and along that little card as well, so that all of those will stick down. Got the shaky hands this morning. Okay. I need to run it up to there. It's in the corner so it stays down because it's wanting to pop up. Alright, I like that. I think that's super fun, and it'll get glued down, so I'm not worried about that back part. And then we could add a little something on here. Let's see. Might be too big. We could put this too. Let's do that. I'm just having too much fun with these numbers. And then on the bottom, because it's so close to the edge, I'm just going to rough it up with my scissors so it doesn't look quite as straight edged. Okay, and we'll use a little music paper, and this is from Dreamingheartsco company. Like I said, I'll try to remember to link everything below. I've linked her quite a few times though, so I think you guys know, but if somebody's new, they won't know. Use this because I got it out. Oh, you know what we could do? Let's grab, I need to do some more of these rusty paper clips and things because they're fun to play with. Is that going to be too huge? Might be too big. I mean, yeah, it's way too big. I need one of the tiny ones. I don't have any of those rusty, but I have some that look like they're older. These are the Tim Holtz, those little bitty ones. And now the glue's almost dry because it was a last minute thought. Okay, I think that looks good. So there's our little pocket with our 2 holes. So maybe we can go ahead and cover this one too while we're at it, and then I'll have to make tags or something to go in there, but that's a pretty easy thing, right? So this one, and this is out of my Fall is in the Air digi. Just want a piece of this to go down the middle. Right there. It's just kind of fun. Stripey. Glue on my fingers. So yeah, definitely go over and check out Eva at Bohemian Crafting if you don't already watch her. Because this was a super fun thing that she came up with, and she's always got cool envelope ideas. She's kind of more advanced, I would say. Like, I think, like, I like easy. But, I mean, she just does incredible work. It's gorgeous. So, definitely worth checking out. Even though sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I could never figure that out. She's very creative. Let me get, I forgot to ink around the envelope. This is my AARP because mold. I remember my dad used to talk about that. Why is AARP sending me stuff? I'm not that old. And then I started getting it quite a few years ago. And I'm like, seriously, I'm not even that old. I mean, not that you have to be, I'm just saying it's just funny. I'm far from retirement is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and I think on here I'm going to put something, I don't know what, like just book page or something so that that gets covered. I could put this, I've got this scrap. This would probably fit just perfectly. Yeah, maybe I'll do that instead. Let's do this end. Hi, honey.
Hi.
How are you? Okay. Are you doing homework?
Yeah. There's like eyes in there.
That would help. He said he has to put his eyes in his contacts. Yeah, I like that. It just like, gives it something that, you know, just not stark white back there, so that's good. Oh, how tall was that? Okay. And I don't even really have to ink it because you're really not seeing the edges anyway. But I do want to get glue definitely on the edges really well so that, you know, it doesn't get lifted at all. See, this is where I stink at this stuff. So always the trick is getting it into the envelope with glue on it. And it is not straight, but it does not matter. That's the good part about using something that is kind of, doesn't matter what direction it's going. Oh my gosh. Alright, so what did I do with my bone folder? Because I think I already glued it closed here. Oh, no I didn't. Make sure my corner's down in there. Okay. So now we can cover the rest of it. It was just so stark white back there. I was struggling. And this is leaves from My Fall is in the Air. I kind of think I just want to go around. Let's tear this edge first. to have it like that, but you know, see through the windows. So we're going to come in and tear about here. And then, I don't know if I can do this without messing it up. Yeah, that's not going to happen, so we'll do it this way. Down to there. Okay, that's always tricky when you've got these windows. That's why those things that Joff made for her, that last digi I used, Bouquet of Elegant Errors, a Bouquet of Elegant Errors. That one was great with those envelope things, because these are kind of tricky to go around. But of course it's hard to have every envelope size too for that. And this one, I've not seen many of these with that little tiny window and then the other window. That's weird. Trim this. And again, this back will... Oh yeah, how are we going to do that? This might have to be like a... I might just cut that off, I think is what I'll do. Because otherwise you can't really use it very effectively. I guess I'll just use scissors. I don't know what I did with my cutter. Okay, so now it'll be pocket this way. This is a lot lower down back here. I don't know if that really matters, but the problem is when you put stuff in, you might not hit that. So I think I'm going to cut that. Yeah, it'll still leave quite a bit before you get to the window. I just want it to be, you know, easy to hit that pocket. I don't want it to be like a pain. Keep getting a Charlie horse in my hand. Ugh. And then now you can see right there. So I'm going to put a little book page right there. Yeah, I think that's okay. I even kind of like the wording being right there. It's kind of cool. And I don't, I could ink it a little. I always have to ink, don't I? Can't not. And these book pages are just from a Reader's Digest. I mean, not that that matters, but just like to tell you guys where it's coming from. Sorry, I didn't want to go down straight, of course. Okay. All right, that's good now. Now that we got all the logistics figured out, right? What do I want to put on that bottom part? Just going through my papers. Don't know what I want. This one is one that got messed up. Yeah, the printer, because the cat grabbed the paper and messed it all up. This side has Artymaze, and I think I'm going to use that. So this journal is like kind of a nature fall combo kind of thing. So I'm using 2 different kits of Artymaze. Well, it's actually 3 because of the add-on, but it's the nature walk. And then this is her autumn Splendour one. So this is one of her older ones, but I love this one. And I'm just going to do it about the same way. And then I'm using my Fall is in the Air and a couple other kits, because I can't ever just use I'll fix that. I messed that up, didn't I? Well, then what we'll do is just tear this. And put something else over there. I'll just kind of tear that off like that. And I'll put something else right here, which will be just fine. Just put that lid again. Oh, we need to look at our numbers too and see how they're coming out. Oh my goodness. Glue all over the window. Use these little ones that I already got glue goop on. How does it stick to your fingers better than anything? That makes no sense. Like if you wanted it glued to your fingers, you think you could get it to stick to your fingers? Like, have you ever tried using a Band-Aid and it will not stick? Just put some glue stick on there. That's what I'm going to go with right there. Glue stick on your Band-Aid and it'll stick just fine. It's because I can't stand it on my fingers, that's why. Alright, so there's that. And you could add other stuff, like I could put one of these, which I might just do that. These are out of my torn paper and ferns digi, but I think I can add one of these. And they're just little, like, you know, scientific numbers, dates, whatever. And I just cut them out all jaggedy because that's the way I like them. And probably on whatever I put for tags or whatever, I'll put more of the nature pieces. It's just that, you know, there isn't a whole lot of room on these envelopes for like a whole squirrel or a owl or whatever. Okay, there's that. So let's check our numbers and see how they're doing. They look pretty good. I'm gonna ink those. I really like these two. I think they really look like kind of metally. Let's see when we ink them what we get. Just really kind of warms them up a little bit, like that. So let's see if you guys can. Sorry about my fingers, I apologize, they're just gross. But yeah, I think those are pretty cool. Let's try this one. Good fall colors, good to play with the rust and numbers digi. They probably look pretty good with like Tim Holtz stuff because they're just that kind of look. Is that a 9? I think that doesn't matter, it could be either one because they both look exactly the same. Could even just like do this too if you wanted it even darker. Darker edge on there. Yeah, see, those are fun. And they're just a tiny bit shiny. They're not like super shiny. I mean, some people have some really cool techniques for doing metal, and if you want it like, then I would definitely check out some. I think Eva's even one of those at Bohemian Crafting. I just don't have a whole lot of like, what do you call it, mixed media type stuff. So for what I have, this is what I'm using. I still like the way they look. That's not good. The wood just like came off. Another thing you can do is take like Tim Holtz ink, which I'm about out of. I need to get some more. Let's just try it on this 7. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot left. I forgot I watered it down when I did it with the rust and numbers digi, because this is probably going to make this completely, yeah, it just kind of ruined it, but if you water it down, so add some water to it. That's how I did that one with the, or that's how I did that digi, as I did like ink spots, but I had it way watered down. Oh, that's the orange. This is the bronze. Got too much of that too. No, I'm just playing around. Okay. Well, I like it better the way I had it originally, so I probably wouldn't do that ink like that, but you got to try to see, you know, what you like. And then you could probably put some kind of glazes over them too if you wanted them, you know, to have more of that shininess, but I think that's plenty with the shininess from the gouache. So anyway, those are fun. So just an idea of what you could do with some dollar store numbers. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and we will chat again soon. Bye bye now.